Hi everyone, today in Integrated Math 1, we're going to go over Chapter 4, Lesson 7. Here are your objectives. Make sure you write them down in your notes. Alright, so let's go over inverse relations. It says, if one relation contains an element AB, then the inverse relation will contain the element BA. So this is really straightforward. So your -3 is A, and your -16 is B. Then it changes for the inverse, and then you have B for -16 first, and then A. So all it did was switch the order. -3, -16, then it becomes -16, -3. -1, 4 becomes 4, -1. So let's try one of these examples. Alright, now we're going to be finding inverse functions. To find the inverse function f inverse of x, that's the way you say it, of the linear function f of x, complete the following steps. The first step is to replace f of x with y in the equation for f of x. Step 2 is to interchange y and x in the equation. Interchange is just a fancy way of saying switch. Then step 3 is to solve the equation for y. Last step is to replace y with f inverse of x in the new equation. Alright, so let's try one of these examples. So it says to find the inverse of the relation. So we have 5, -3. That is going to become -3, 5. All I did was switch the order. And then we have 11, 2, and that's going to become 2, 11. Then we have -6, 12, and that will become 12, -6. And then 4, -2. And lastly, that just switches, so this is going to be now -2, 4. Now let's write this in the set notation, just like it started. I'm going to say now I have -3, 5. I'm just writing my new set, so just these ones on this next column here. 2, 11, 12, -6, and then -2, 4. And then close your set. That's it. Alright, now let's try and find the inverse of f of x, which is equal to 1/4 x plus 9. First step, we want to replace this f of x with y. Y is equal to 1/4 x plus 9. Next step is we switch y and x. Remember it says interchange those two, so we're going to swap them. Y is now x, so x is equal to 1/4 y plus 9. X became y. Now you want to solve for y. So first thing you're going to do is to go ahead and box your y. You need to move what's not in the box. In this case, it's the plus 9. Do the opposite. Opposite of addition is subtraction, -9. So x minus 9 is equal to 1/4 y. Alright, I still want to solve just for y, not 1/4 of y, so I'm going to box y now. Our box is getting smaller. I want to get rid of this 1/4, so we're going to multiply the reciprocal. So 4 over 1. 1/4 flipped is 4 over 1. If you do it to one side, you must do it to the other side. So that's gone, and that's gone, because that's all 1. So we have y is equal to, and then we have 4 over 1 is just 4, so I'm just going to simplify that. And then I have x minus 9. we're not done here. We're going to go ahead and distribute here. So I have 4x minus 36, which is equal to y. Now that it's in this form, the last step you need to do is replace the y with f inverse of x. So before I do that step though, I'm going to go ahead and move it to this step, and I'm going to switch the y to the front. So it's showing y is equal to 4x minus 36. Same thing, all I did was put the y on the left-hand side this time. Now switch y to f inverse of x, which is equal to 4x minus 36. And there we go.